Let's get it.
Guys, can we just get one? I mean,
Let's just get one. Doing the mojo moment. We got Dak Prescott in there. What they do is they're running one play, and then right after they just kick a field goal. TP20 to the
out
outside.
to the left, gets tackled
Swallowed
behind the
up.
line by Micah. Micah and his gang.
The linebacker.
The linebacker gets
So they're going to come back out. Again, it's going to be Aubrey. He missed his first field goal
Was it
attempt.
short or left?
Aubrey missed left. Let's see if he can put it through this time. It is
Short!
short.
What the f?
Over 3.
That was like a 50-yard field goal.
Oh, was it?
That was a 50-yard attempt.
Yeah, but it needed to be 54 yards.
I mean,
that's over
you
3.
still, you gotta at least get the distance.
Go for 2.
You know, get the distance.
Just go for the first down conversion. Kicking is still a big problem.
Yeah, you're gonna run into those, and it's the distance though. Accuracy, okay, you can miss that from 50. I'll give you that. But if you're not hitting it, if you're not kicking it 50 yards,
So the issue right now, that was the third mojo moment and the third missed field goal attempt. We're gonna run out here, and TV Tristan Viscano is gonna go for his second attempt.
you gotta go through all the motions, okay?
Yeah. So what they're doing, they're running the kicking team off. They're practicing in a last-minute situation, having the kicking team try to get out there in time to kick a game winner. There's been no game winners kicked yet.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Here it is though. Let's go, Tristan!
Come on!
Here we go.
It's supposed to be like a 50-yard
He's
field goal.
He's hitting this. He's hitting this. Yeah,
What practice is for? Make your mistakes and then correct them.
He's gonna crank this one. He's gonna boot it, and that one is
Far left.
wide
Far left!
Wide left.
Distance. It's got the distance.
I mean, I don't even know why I'm surprised anymore. Yeah.
So we just lost 4 games on game-winning kicks.
Crosby's available, right?
Yeah, I
someone.
think so. I think.
Gotta get someone. So yeah, he spikes it. Let's
And
get
bring
Aubrey
Aubrey back out.
Aubrey out for hopefully his first made field goal. 1. Here it is. Let's get it.
Guys, can we just get one? I mean,
Let's just get one. Come on, Obs. Brandon? What's his first name? I mean,
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
I mean, he's kicking from the.
That's a nice kick. He got under it. That's good. Oh! That's one. That's one. That was a nice kick.
I don't think he has much leg though.
Now just
No, that was not.
now
that
just
was
do
not.
that
like
every
48
other
max.
time.
Yeah, that was almost short.
Yeah.
But hey,
that barely
you know what?
counts.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
What you just did, just rinse and repeat.
Rinse and repeat. Okay, is this
TV lining up. He's 0-4-2 right now. This is his third attempt. Kicks it and
wide left.
Get him
off the
This is-
field.
Go for 2.
This is looking not good.
Well, I mean, look.
I mean, at least it's not windy.
I'm going back to the car. I'm getting my jersey. I'm going in.
Yeah.
his Boots is
Hey,
in.
at this point, Boots.
His nickname's
Going
Boots. His nickname is Boots.
For
He's
a
got to be
reason,
good
yeah.
at
I'm
kicking.
going in. I mean, I can't do any worse. Can't
Yeah,
do any
yeah,
worse.
no
I'm
doubt,
gonna
dude.
practice my kicking.
Yeah, get your
Oh
kicking
my
game.
God.
My jersey on.
John Stevens Jr. JSJ.
That little bastard! We are believers!
Shelby.com.
Let's go, Cowboys!
Baby. To be quite honest, I've not seen enough of our boys out on the field who I want to see. So let's go. We've got fucking 1/2 left. Be a fucking Eagle. Sorry, we're back. Well, Jalen Hurts wants to be a Cowboy. Like he.
Yeah, did you show him the picture?
Exactly. Like, what are you going on about?
Yeah.
These guys get drafted. That's their allegiance. They want to get fucking
They
paid.
could have had Micah.
They could have.
They could have had
They
Micah.
picked exactly.
They traded him. Do you remember they
They
traded
traded
him?
with us.
With us.
With us.
Yeah. We were back at 13. He came up to 10.
And gave us Micah.
Thank you.
supposed to be practicing.
It's supposed to be fun.
I can't see the fact that I get it. Jalen Hurts had a great season last year. For me, before I crown him the best quarterback in the NFL or the best person that's ever been in the NFC East, I need to see at least another season of him doing it. Like, I remember the same shit with Carson
I think
Wentz.
you see 16
Carson
games.
Wentz I need to see one. I need to see him beat Dak Prescott. He's never beat Dak Prescott.
Never.
I need to see it. Get it.
Colby.
That's Toby. Toby, I'm telling you. WR4. That's Tolbert. That's Tolbert. Get that first down. First down. I'm a massive Tony Romo fan, right?
Cowboys kicking now. Start the fourth. We're down. We're not caring about the score. We want to see some fucking action, baby. We want to see some fucking plays. And right now, I don't like what I'm seeing. I'm going to be honest. I do not like what I'm seeing. That really throws a wrench.
Just throw the fucking ball. Just throw the fucking.
I don't even really now the outcome of the game I don't care about. I don't care about the preseason outcome. I care about Overshow's ACL.
Right now,
That's tough.
Fucking nest in there, like. Yo, look at his feet. Are you making a nest? He's like burrowing.
woo! Let's go!
There is a flag. Could be on defense.
Yeah, Toby! Toby, I told ya. Number 18.
Told you!
Number 18.
All right, so we're over here at SoFi Stadium. A lot of beautiful Cowboy fans coming through.
Hola, ¿cómo? Like, hey, get it, get it, get it, get it.
Welcome to Sunday service. It's just two bros on Sunday talking about Dallas Cowboys. Waiting for Ant to fade.
Shit, I
that
didn't have
music
I
out.
didn't have the mic even in front of me. I was vibing. Just crack 'em if you got him, son, on this fine ass Sunday service, baby. Adam, what are we? Are we including today? So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days away from the NFL draft. And I actually watched today on DAZN, which is in Canada. It's a streaming service. Crack me if you got him, son. Get it, didn't you, kid? But it's a streaming service in Canada where we watch. You can get NFL Game Pass. You can get NFL Network on. And I watched his Peyton Manning segment, I guess.
Yep.
And it was called Peyton's Places.
Yeah.
And he goes to the draft, or he talks about the whole, like, mini episodes all about the draft.
Yep.
It was pretty cool. It's stuff that I didn't know about the draft. I didn't know, actually, that Gil Brandt and the Dallas Cowboys were the very first NFL team to actually use a computer to kind of find their draft picks.
Really?
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. I mean, you can't clip stuff from DAZN, otherwise I would have, because you will get flagged. They will come for you. But it was pretty sweet. Yeah, Gil Brandt and the Cowboys in the, I think it was early 70s when they did it, and they drafted stars, or they actually got an undrafted star like Drew Pearson, Hall of Fame Drew Pearson. They got him, and they got, who was the running back? There was a couple guys.
Herschel Walker?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It was way before that. But it was cool. It was cool to see that the Cowboys had a heavy influence in how the draft is done today and how shitty the draft used to be. Like, it used to be like a boring business meeting.
The funny thing, not the funny thing, the other thing with the Cowboys, and they weren't the first to do it, but Jimmy Johnson, when he came in, he started to use like a point system basically to grade, which everyone does now. But there was only a couple other teams that were doing it at that time. And that's how he kind of came up with, let's do the Herschel Walker trade.
You listen to the Jimmy Johnson book, right?
Yeah, it was good.
Does it throw you off when you're listening to a book, like to an audio, what is it called? Audiobook? I guess?
Audiobook?
Does it throw you off when it's someone else reading his voice?
Not really. You get into it.
You kind of get used to it?
If the narrator's terrible, it ruins the book.
I can't. We were listening to it a little bit when we were driving from Minneapolis to Dallas, and I can't remember if I found the guy annoying or not.
The best audiobooks are the ones that are read by the person who wrote it.
I feel like it would give you a better experience.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But welcome to the Cowboys CanFan show. As you can see, it's just Bandwagon Boy one.
Jenkins Gaming says where the hell Stat
Yeah,
Boy?
as you can just see, it's just BW1 and your boy Anthbess. We actually don't know where Stat Boy, Mock J, Way J, AJ, BW2 is. We don't know. We have kind of made this our time that we've went live. And I know it's still relatively early in Thailand where he is right now, and I think he might be traveling from place to place. We sent him an invite for the Zoom meeting, so hopefully he hops in at some point.
Yeah, later.
Because we're planning on doing our final mock draft today.
Final mock draft today. Boots on the ground's gonna pop in, so maybe Boots will step in instead of Way-J. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what's happened. But chat, we love to have you guys here. And I kind of jumped into something before, but how are you doing on this Sunday, brother?
Good. Just trying to get in the room in ready for the draft show. So kind of reorganizing some stuff. We're building out. Got a couple surprises that we're gonna be rocking through for anybody who shows up to the Draftacular Extravaganza, which again we will be live streaming every single moment of the draft.
We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here all. What's that end up being 20-something hours?
Oh yeah.
You got day one on Thursday, which is a later night, and then Fridays all day, Saturdays all day. We will be here for every single pick of the NFL draft.
Do you want to rip through just a couple of guests who are going to make an appearance for
Yeah,
the
we
draft
got
show?
we got a bunch of people that are going to be stopping by. We got Boots on the Ground, Eric Serrato. We have EJ Savage. We got Mike Tagg and Kelly K9 from the Cowboys Cave. We got one of the most known Cowboys content creators, Defy Talks Cowboys, going to be swinging on by. It's going to be great. We got a huge lineup. We have multiple hosts or multiple co-hosts, guest hosts throughout the whole weekend.
Your host, my host.
Your host, his toast. Yeah, it's going to be a good time, and there's a lot of smart football fans, a lot smarter than us when it comes to the draft, that are going to be stopping by to dissect every single pick that the Dallas Cowboys have this coming Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yay!
So it's going to be good. I actually, if I click this, will we get sound from this?
Well, and just before anybody says it, what's up, chat?
Okay, well, you
Ann said it.
Get some chat. Get some chat
Okay.
while I do this. But if I click this, will we have sound? Like if it's up here?
If you click on it, yes, you will have sound.
Okay, so just bear with me. I'm going to click it, and then I have to mute it, I guess, which I can't see it. Okay, you do a little trap. Do a little.
Okay. Dallas Cowboys Chris says Sunday service. What's up, Dallas Cowboys Chris? Ultra Cowboy says I wish they used a computer to understand playoff Dak. That's pretty funny. Ultra Cowboy's also heading out to Detroit, so he leaves tomorrow. So he
nice.
will be in Detroit for the draft live, where again, CanFan folklore, we did meet Ultra Cowboy in Vegas when they were drafting. He has shown up in the pre-roll before. But yes, we met Ultra Cowboy there. What else do we got here? Just a couple other things. Bandwagon Bob says like to see the new intro. And then obviously Ultra Cowboy has a bunch of other Dak issues. Jenkins Gaming says crack 'em. Happy Sunday. Do you got your life sorted out here?
I just wanted to show some CanFan lore, and it's actually a pretty renowned content creator on the Eagles side, and we met him when we were down in Vegas.
This is back when we were like little
I'm wearing the same shirt too, but this is just a funny clip. I don't know how to full screen it here.
Right there.
This one?
Oh, what are you? Oh, you don't have
There we go. Okay, get it on. Get it up.
Okay, hey, let me just keep talking right now.
So I just have a funny clip from when Adam and I traveled down to the NFL draft. It was in Vegas. I mean, CanFan was not missing the NFL draft when it traveled down to Vegas. And this is actually the guy that we're going to show in this clip. This was before he's blown up on social media. They show him almost at every single Philly Eagles game, and they show him when the 76ers play, when the Flyers play. Like this guy's a renowned Philly sports guy, if that's gonna give it away. But Ad and I were just walking around Vegas having a couple brewskis, and we ran into him doing a live stream, and I just kind of started chatting with him, and we're gonna run the clip here in a second.
We gotta. I don't know why this is not connecting.
Okay. 4 days away from the NFL draft. I kind of wish we were I wish we were in Detroit, Ad, a little bit, but it's gonna be fun doing the show from here. So this was the 2022 NFL draft. Ad and I were just roaming around Vegas, the Strip. We seen an Eagles fan doing his thing, also known as Philly sports guy. We're just going to run the clip here before we move into our future stuff here.
What do I think they're going to do, or what should they do?
Well, what do you think they're going to do?
I don't know. It's Jerry Jones, buddy. Come on. We don't know what the fuck that senile old fuck is. He could do anything at this point. But they should draft an offensive tackle or guard.
So Jordan Davis, that's who I want.
All right, man. Well, hey, I don't say this often, but go fuck yourself.
Oh, that was good. That was good. That was fun. Was the draft live? Was a good time.
The draft live was a great time.
I'm jealous of anyone that's getting to go to Detroit. I am. There's not many things that I would go to Detroit for. The draft is one of them. And I am jealous that Ultra Cowboy gets to go down to the draft. And I hope he's going to send Ultra. You got to send us some updates or send us some videos. We'd love to post them, man.
Yeah, I mean, Ultra won't send videos, and we try to tell him every now and then to like call in even if you can. And I don't think even during draft time he's ever called in. But yeah, if you can give us some check-ins, let us know what the temperature's down there. I know we've had Dallas Cowboy Chris was in KC last year. He kept us updated a little bit, but
well, I want to know from chat who you guys want. Who is the number one player that you guys want in the NFL draft? Put it in chat, because now where it's like all the mocks are done essentially.
Yep.
We did a bunch of fun stuff. Like we had done a bunch of exercises in our mock drafts just to learn about more players. But now it's crunch time. There's 4 days away from the NFL draft. Put in chat who you want to be drafted with that 24th overall pick. And we're going to get into another mock draft. We are going to do our 7-round final version mock draft with just possibly Adbest, BW1, and myself. WayJ might make an appearance. We don't know. But before we hop into that, we have, of course, a little bit of controversy around the Dak Prescott contract. And the whole situation is kind of starting to irk me a little bit.
do you want me to tell you who people are saying? Or
yeah, let's get it.
Okay, so obviously Jenkins is back saying trade down with KC and draft Zach Fraser. He said that almost every single time.
Which we did. We didn't trade with. I think we did. Last mock draft, we did in fact do that. I don't know if it was with KC or not.
No, we did.
It was with KC?
We traded back and then we traded back again with KC.
Yeah.
Ultra Cowboy says Brian Thomas Jr.
BTJ, we've drafted him a couple times.
Yeah, and then Stephen White says Thomas Jr. is on target. Jenkins also says if Dallas drafts a running back in the first round, F Detroit.
That'd be crazy.
And then Ultra Cowboy also said too drunk and messing with Pigeon fans. We'll try this year though to call in.
I like it.
But yeah, keep telling us who you want to draft. We will be doing our final mock draft in a little bit here, and there's no rules to this one. We're just going to try to draft the absolute
what we
banger of team of what we want. Here
what we want.
CanFan, okay?
Which I have an idea of most of the picks that are probably going to be there. And
which also means if AJ's not here, it's going to be Anth just basically bull rushing who we're going to pick as.
No, you have some faves. You have some faves. Chat might be able to sway me. But before we get to that, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott's change in tone about future outlook should have fans worried. A quarterback who couldn't picture himself in another uniform before, now Dak Prescott is openly discussing all options for his future. So this is written by Tony Catalina from Blogging the Boys. And before we get into the article, does that worry you, Ad? Because it says outlook should have fans worried. Is Dak talking about all options a worrisome thing? Or is it just kind of like, well, he's got to?
I think after you hear so much in the news about the Cowboys haven't done contract talks and all of the stuff that's been going on at least the last few weeks of the Cowboys offseason, how can you not have a different tone to your voice? Like if they were for sure about you, you would you would have second thoughts. But it's a lot of money that you're dealing with, and they haven't gotten to to a better record in the playoffs. And Dak's struggled in the playoffs, so yeah, I mean, of course, you'd expect his tone to change.
But are you worried about the tone? My question was, should fans be worried? Of course, Dak's tone's changed, but that's happened already. Are you worried about his tone changing?
I'm not worried about his tone change. Actually, and if his tone's changing and he's playing, I would rather him play with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder this season. So I'm not worried that his tone's changing. I'm actually happy that his tone's changing because it means something's brewing.
In his belly.
Something's brewing in his belly.
Dak Prescott saying the quiet thing out loud. Prescott has never once wavered about his future and where he wanted to be, never envisioned himself in any other helmet other than the star. However, on Friday night, for maybe the first time publicly, Dak spoke out about the current day with less emphasis on down the road with the team and spoke about a future outside of Big D. That should raise eyebrows for those who have been paying attention, and it's a bit concerning. And we're going to run a little clip here from John Machota, just Dak Prescott being interviewed and getting asked some of the hard-hitting questions, and maybe we'll revisit your answer after.
I don't have any fears.
So you believe you'll be here forever playing based on your conversations with Jerry?
I'm not gonna say I fear being here or not. I don't fear either situation. To be candid with you, I love this game and love to play and love to better myself as a player and my teammates around me. Right now it's with the Dallas Cowboys. It's where I want to be, and that's where I am, and that's the focus. And after the season, we'll see where we're at, and if the future holds that, then if not, we'll go from there. I don't have any fears.
I mean, I think that's a pretty, what's he supposed to say?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty darn good.
Do you notice anything about him?
The chain on his neck?
No. Go up.
Looks like a dad.
No, look up. Keep looking. Keep deciphering. What's different about him?
A mohawk?
No. Doesn't look like Stone Cold anymore. He went away from the goat. He went away from the goatee.
Yeah, okay.
And if you go like this, it looks like he's just done a bunch of meth. I ain't fear nothing because I'm high as shit right now.
You never answered if you were nervous about his tone change.
No, I'm not. I'm not nervous about it. And the reason I'm not nervous about it, because if the Cowboys we're about to find out if the Cowboys are planning on moving on from Dak this coming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the draft.
What are some indications that they're moving on from Dak Prescott?
They draft the quarterback in the first round. They take Penix or Bo Nix in the first round at 24 or something crazy. That automatically tells you they're moving on from him. I mean, other than that, I think drafting a quarterback would be the number one reason. If they draft a lineman or they draft any other position, maybe defense, if they're not trying to beef up the offensive line with the first pick. If they go anywhere other than offensive line, I'd be like, oh, maybe they're not trying to draft to have Dak have a good year. That would be a little bit of a telling sign for me. But again, I'm not too worried about Dak saying or planning for his future outside the Cowboys, because with what the Cowboys are doing right now, he should be planning for his future somewhere else, because there's a possibility they do move on from him after this year. So I just think it's normal human nature to have a couple out routes before the situation comes up.
And not the situation from Jersey Shore. We're talking about the Cowboys situation, right?
I mean, I'd be okay with that. Mike, what was his name? Mike, the situation, Serrato or something?
Yeah, not to be mixed up with Boots Serrato.
Yeah, who is going to be on the show coming up here in a little bit? What about this though?
Oh, hang on, Zagma Bush.
To be candid with you, I love this game.
What do you think of that little clip?
To be candid with you, I love this game.
You better love that game. You're
about to get paid.
You already had one life-changing contract.
Yeah, I mean, this is the one thing I was going to ask last time. Are you worried about? It always seems that name a player who's gotten paid. Well, I guess there's a bunch of players who've gotten paid big time that have delivered the next year. It just seems that once Diggs' contract got sorted out, he fucking got injured. Zeke's contract got sorted out, he's declining. Dak's contract gets sorted out, and he's had some good seasons.
He's outplayed he's on his second big contract.
But with Lamb getting his contract, are we worried that that big contract signing and that player money is going to devalue or degrade the way CeeDee Lamb's going?
No, because you got wide receivers like Antonio Brown before he had CTE who delivered. Devontae Adams before he went to the Raiders.
There's lots of. I mean, you look back further, the Jerry Rices of the game, the even Des Bryant, the Terrell Owens. If we're looking at other Cowboys receivers that have played, like there is hope for a wide receiver. And CeeDee Lamb's young as shit. He's only like I think 23 or 24 years old. So I'm not too worried. And the Diggs thing you're worried about because he's coming off an injury, not so much that he's got his second contract. It's more so that he's got a second contract.
No, I was saying like you get your second contract and then
but it's not like you plan to have a torn
I know. It's the way that it's scripted.
I'm not worried about
the way it's scripted.
I'm not worried about his second contract. I'm worried that he's coming back from an ACL injury. You should never be worried about a guy not meeting up to his second contract. The Zeke one, you'll never see a running back, or you won't see many running backs get a deal like that because they've been proven to be able to find a replacement for your running back in the draft, which you don't have that option for a wide receiver. You don't have that option for a cornerback, right? You can't just recycle and reuse. But what's chat think? They're saying anything about this Dak Prescott situation, and are they worried? I don't know if there's too much about it to play into. It'll be interesting to see if he goes into the season without them having figured out his contract. I think after the draft, you're going to see some of these pieces start falling into place. They're just trying to wait to see what they do with the draft.
Jenkins says, but I'd rather sign CeeDee Lamb and Parsons and let Dak walk than the other way around.
Which that's more likely.
Is going to happen.
CeeDee Lamb and Micah Parsons are both going to be Cowboys.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I hate when everyone Boots is ready. Hang on. I hate when everybody says, oh yeah, Micah's going to be gone. Like, why would they ever let Micah Parsons go? Regardless of how, like, when Barry Grant comes on and he's just vicious on Micah Parsons, I don't think we let him go. Why would we ever let a player go, even if because he's not living up to being.
Well, I think Barry also said that he thinks he will, like the Cowboys will sign him. Barry just said he personally wouldn't. So the Cowboys will sign Micah Parsons. Barry just himself isn't sold on the Micah Parsons signing.
But I think so. I think Micah's also young, and I think we're going to see Micah Parsons step in to some bigger shoes this season. Not necessarily being a team leader, but I think he's just gonna actually prove it to everybody this season. I feel it.
But he get 13 sacks and then 0 in the postseason.
Hopefully not.
I would rather Micah get 8 sacks in the regular season and then have 5 in the postseason, to be honest. Like, yeah, sure, the regular season sack numbers are sweet.
I think
but I want big plays at big times.
I think you brought it up beforehand, and we talked about it during season. But like, Micah Parsons, the amount of double teaming, and obviously we know other players who get double teamed figure out a way to get through it. But I think he's just probably not used to getting shut down the way he has been, and how so many teams scheme against him in particular. So, hopefully Zimmer can help kind of correct that, and hopefully he has another season under his belt, and we're able to see some adversity overcoming.
Yeah, well, you know what? The Micah thing, I don't think we have to worry about Micah Parsons being in Dallas. He's going to be a Cowboy. The issue is, like Jenkins Gaming said, you're signing CeeDee Lamb, you're signing Micah Parsons. Is Dak Prescott going to be around? And CBS posted an article, Cowboys Dak Prescott, not trying to be the highest paid necessarily. So he's saying he's not trying to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. And that's refreshing to see, because he shouldn't want to be the highest paid. You should be, I hate to say the term deal friendly or team friendly, because at the end of the day, these guys are out. They're their own brand. And until you've been handsomely paid, sure, go out and get your big bags, right? But it is refreshing to see Dak Prescott quoted as not trying to be the highest paid necessarily, because then it kind of gives a little bit of floating room for the Cowboys. Like, maybe he's not trying to get $65 million a year, which he deservingly earned. Sans playoff wins. He was playoffs. Dak Prescott was the best quarterback in the NFL last season. I don't care what anyone says he was. The stats say he was. He should have been the MVP, honestly. He just didn't beat Miami, he didn't beat Buffalo. So he should be paid. He's going to get paid by someone. It's just interesting to see if it will be the Cowboys.
You know who else is going to get paid? Our motherfucking boy, boots on the ground, Eric Serrato, ladies and gentlemen. Crack him if you got him, baby.
Yes, sir. Boots, Bot G, what's up, son? How you doing?
Oh, man. Excited to see you guys. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Excited to see you because we don't know where Way J is. We have no idea where Travel J is. It's kind of actually sometimes it's like I don't have kids, right? So I'm not going to compare this to having kids, but it's like AJ when he doesn't message back in the group chat and then we're going on a show. I'm kind of a little bit worried because we haven't heard from him in over 12 hours.
I know.
And he knows that we do this at this time. So it makes me a little bit nervous. And I always feel a little bit better once we get that initial DM. But Boots, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, man. I'm excited. We got the draft coming up in just a few short days. I'm excited to do a little live party. I'm actually going to have a bunch of friends here, and I'll probably set the camera over there so you guys can see our setup. But I'm excited. I'm going to have a couple of Rams fans, some Niner fans, some Cardinal fans. So it'll be nice to get their take, like when their pick comes up. So it'll be fun.
It's cool how much the draft is an event now. Even since I remember I didn't really start following the behind scenes or the off season of football until Canada got the NFL Network channel, and then you had football all the time. So that was in about 2005. But even since then, like in the last 20 years, like the draft is a big deal. You can bet on who players are going to get. You see the big live parties at the event. Like Boots just said, he's having a party. We're doing a live stream. Like it's essentially the biggest event of the offseason, and it keeps us crazed football fans a little bit sane and gets us to at least training camp, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there will be drinking. And I know when you're talking about AJ earlier, I mean, nobody knows where he's at, but if there's one thing that we can be 100% certain, he's bushing it.
Oh yeah.
He's 100%
He's absolute 100%. He's bushing.
AJ's bushing somewhere around.
Cute little guy bushing it.
Like Boots said to me when we messaged saying we had to kind of figure out what time to do it, and he said, AJ, what is it? Where in the world is AJ San Diego?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a throwback right there. So Boots, I want to get your take on this. We haven't dove into too much. We just had the Dak Prescott interview, and I'll play it for you because why the hell not? Just so you can hear it. It's only 28-second clip, so I don't know why I'd put it down there.
1 sec.
I haven't seen this either, so.
Okay.
I don't have any fears.
So you believe you'll be here forever playing based on your conversations with Jerry?
I'm not gonna say I fear being here or not. I don't fear either situation. To be candid with you, I love this game and love to play and love to better myself as a player and my teammates around me. Right now it's with the Dallas Cowboys. It's where I want to be, and that's where I am, and that's the focus. And after the season, we'll see where we're at, and if the future holds that, then if not, we'll go from there.
So Boots, the main. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, you go.
No, go ahead.
Well,
I was just gonna say he's a consummate professional. I mean, he said absolutely nothing to us. I mean, this guy should be playing poker, because that's a poker face. He's not gonna tell you anything. He doesn't want to say, "Yeah, I love being a Cowboy. I want to be here. I will do anything. I'll take a pay cut to be here." I mean, if he says any inclination that he's willing to do that, Jerry's listening. Okay, well, let's offer him a little less and see what we can do. It's a business, guys. It's negotiations. Even if on the inside he's bubbling and he wants to say, "Yeah, I want to be a Cowboy. Jerry, talk to me. Let's do this." He's not. He's a consummate professional. That's why I'm a Dak writer. And I think at the end of the day, he's probably still going to be with us for another 3 or 4 years, and he'll probably get paid.
Okay, so yeah, because the main article that led into this video was Blogging the Boys was saying Dak's never ever talked about his future anywhere else other than Dallas, and this was the first time that he'd ever kind of let it be a reality that he could be playing somewhere else other than Dallas. I still don't think it's anything to worry about because what else is he supposed to say in this situation? Like he's in the last year of his deal. He has to think that in his brain that there is a chance if it doesn't work out. Like if the Cowboys if the Cowboys don't sign him, if the Cowboys don't sign him this season, he's going to be in the open market. Of course, he's got to think about that, right? So I think it's kind of fishing for reaction when, like Boot said, Dak's professional.
I was reading some of the comments earlier. Shout out to Ultra Cowboy out there. But these headlines are there specifically for Ultra Cowboy. I mean, he's seen like Dak Prescott possibly getting traded to the Raiders for a haul and everything else, and he's he's reading it, he's excited. And just I'm sorry, Ultra, but they're playing with your emotions. To gamble on a brand new quarterback coming out the gate, I mean, there's no guarantee. The team is primed to win now, so we're gonna stick with him. At the end of the day, we discussed this after the Green Bay game. Dak doesn't play defense. We lost that game, but it wasn't necessarily his fault. There's a blame pie to go around, but it's a small portion of it is attributed to Dak Prescott, and a lot had to do with the defense and Lieutenant Dan that was with us last time as well. So at the end of the day, I think he's gonna stay with us. If anyone's gonna not be with us. Jeez, I don't know.
Wayjay?
Wayjay. Well, he's not in studio, but he's with us in our hearts, So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he's our quarterback. I mean, again, we could be wrong. We could be sitting here on Thursday, and all of a sudden, the Dallas Cowboys trade Dak Prescott. Well, actually, does he have a no trade clause?
Yeah.
But okay,
Yeah,
so let's
so who's
just
ours?
no. So okay, so this is the one thing that's kind of confusing about the no trade clause. If he agrees to the team that they're trading him to, it can get still done. Like if they were like, hey, we got an offer from, we'll say the Vegas Raiders, like you had brought up, because actually it's a good segue to one of our posts after. But if he was like, you're gonna get traded to the Vegas Raiders and they're gonna sign you for a new deal and give you this much money, he could be like, shit, yeah, let's send away.
Yeah,
Let's go. Let's
you're,
roll.
You're right, but I mean, he's been in the league for how many years now? I mean, he's looking for a contender, and I mean, what other place out there? I mean, with the exception of maybe Detroit, that could use a quarterback that has the same, at least possibilities, or at least the same, chances of making it to the Super Bowl. I mean, everyone else above the Cowboys already has their quarterback.
You don't think getting sent to the Raiders with Devontae Adams and Max Crosby and being in Vegas, it could be a little bit of a tell for him?
No,
No?
no. At the end of the day, the Raiders are the Raiders, and they couldn't get it done with Derek Carr. Uh, they couldn't get Aaron Rodgers to go over there. So, I mean, if they're gonna get anyone to go over there, I mean, you would think maybe Aaron Rodgers to pair him up with Devontae Adams, and they couldn't do that. So, why are they gonna get Dak, or how are they even thinking about
Well,
even getting him to go over there?
so Boots, because it's funny that you brought up the articles that pop up, and I saw the same one about him getting traded to the Raiders. So I just made a little post days before the NFL draft, and rumors about Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are heating up. And this is what they had. This was one of the mock drafts done by CBS, and they had the Raiders the Raiders trading Dak Prescott, or trading for Dak Prescott, the Cowboys moving up to 13 and drafting Troy Fautanu. Here we have the rumor mill working at its best. Reports out of Dallas suggest that the Cowboys and Dak Prescott have been unable to agree on a long-term contract extension, making the 30-year-old signal caller available for trade. Las Vegas has emerged as a runner for Dak.
Front rudder.
Should he be moved? And since this mock is all about giving credence to even the most far-fetched of possibilities, this one goes through. Trade details. Dallas receives pick 13 and pick 44, so they get their second, also get the Raiders' second pick, and then a 2025 first-round pick, a 2025 third-round pick, and Gardner Minshew in exchange for Dak Prescott. Boots hates it.
The only way I'd ever be happy with Minshew mania in Dallas is if like Trey Lance is gone, Cooper Rush is gone, and then Dak is up 4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and they're going to bench him so they can get Minshew a little bit of time and just to prevent injury. That's the only time I ever want to see Minshew in a Dallas uniform.
So Dallas receives 13, and I like how they show who they take. They take Troy Fautanu. So at this point, Dallas would be, and this is all far-fetched, obviously. They're planning on their future without Dak, but they also get pick 44, and there could be like a Bo Nix or a Penix Jr. involved at some point around that start or that area of the draft. But guys, realistically, do any of us think that Dak Prescott isn't going to be the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys in 2024?
No, he's a quarterback.
Yeah, he's our QB.
He's our QB1. I mean, the Madman and Ultra are saying that Trey Lance is going to be a starter next year in 2025.
I believe that. I don't think that that's that crazy of a possibility. I don't. I honestly, if there's the further that the Cowboys get into the offseason and hopefully not into the season without a contract extension for Dak Prescott, the more I will believe that Trey Lance will be the quarterback in 2025. Obviously, if they draft offensive line, they're just trying to build the team. But if they don't sign Dak Prescott, because to help Dak Prescott, you re-sign him this season, and now you free up a bunch of money they could have done a bunch of stuff with, right? They didn't. The Cowboys didn't do that. So that was kind of red flag one, that they're not trying to win necessarily, go all in like Jerry famously said in the offseason. The next step will be what they do in the draft. If they draft a quarterback early, well, then you're like, oh my God, they're definitely planning on moving on from Dak. And then the third flag would be if he's not signed by the season. Running your quarterback in the NFL on his last deal of his last year on his deal isn't a very common thing. So it'll be interesting.
You know, the only way I see Trey Lance being a starter in next season is going to be for a different team. Someone like Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield goes down in injury and they need someone because they feel like they're contenders. So they make the Cowboys an offer and they trade for some picks or somebody else. And then he's starting, but not for the Cowboys. You can't put him over Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush has done solid by the Cowboys and he's willing to play on the cheap. So we're gonna hold on to him. Uh, like I said, like Trey Lance has to be on another team. He's trade bait at this point.
It'll be interesting to see like what it's almost like you hope all the stuff in this offseason, like they have like this master plan, all these smoke and mirrors that the Joneses are doing, that there's some sort of master plan and they're just gonna have a Bushin draft. I do hope that they have a plan in place. I hope that this is one of those years where we be like, man, they fucking drafted a bunch of dogs. I'm excited to come out. So, and we're 1 week away, boys. Not even
4 days, man.
But by the way, shout out to Jenkins Gaming. Him and the Ultra Cowboy, they are lighting up this chat and they are hilarious.
So, Boots, speaking of lighting stuff up, you were on a little bit of a celebrity golf event ran by the One Star family, our friends DJ Kai and crew. And we have a couple videos that I'd like to show everyone. And the one to kick off is, well, I feel like I know what's about to happen here, but I'm going to play this and then I just kind of want you to run through what the event was, what it was all about, and what you guys did. But let's start off with this little clip.
All right, you guys ready? All right, here we go, guys. Crack 'em if you got
Yes. The classic.
Let's go, baby! We are here, One Star, One Fam.
Right, what's up, One Star, One Fam? Hey, Camp fans. Let's go, baby. You know how we do it?
Hey, who's got the best fans in all the world?
Cowboys!
That's right, baby. Let's go, Cowboys. Here we go.
That's awesome. So, Boots, give us a little rundown on what this event was.
So many crackums. Well, first and foremost, shout out to DJ Kai, One Star, One Fam, SCDCFC out there. Just putting on a first class golf tournament. So many Dallas Cowboy fans, fan clubs from all over the nation, sponsorships from obviously Canada and Cowboys CanFan and Alaskan Cowboys. There was groups from Texas that were out there, San Antonio, Super Cowboy, Princess Angie were out there sponsoring as well. Built Different Group showed up and showed out as well. So it was just such a cool event for everybody to go out there. And then we got paired up with Tony Tolbert right from the get, and he's a super cool guy. And people were able to pair it up with Kenny Gann and Anthony Miller as well. But it's all for charity. There was the charity, Shark 29 Charities, which is Kenny Gann's foundation. They help victims of domestic abuse and violence. And so it's all for charity. It's all for a great cause. And it was just super cool to go out there. And like I said, you show up to this wonderful, like Bravo Rio country club. And then you got DJ Kai out there. He's got the whole speakers and lights and setup. And they got music blaring at 8 in the morning. And people are already cracking them the second you get there.
Nice.
And everyone's just introducing each other. And it was really cool because, I got to meet a lot of people that I've known just through, like the fan clubs or through the podcast. And they're just like, yo, Boots, what's up? And I'm just like, hey, wait, I know you. You know me? Okay, cool. What's up? Let's talk. And it was just such a surreal and amazing atmosphere just to go around, and everyone you see has like something Dallas Cowboys on, or either a hat or a jersey, or they're wearing, their clubs, kind of like mine. They got the Dallas Cowboys golf bag as well, and everyone out there is just they're united. It was such a unifier to have everybody out there and just golfing together and having such a blast. So there's another one coming up in next month in May out in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to be posting a lot of stuff for that as well because if anybody has an opportunity to be able to go out there and shake hands with these Dallas Cowboy legends, it's a really surreal experience. I mean, I remember playing as Tony Tolbert on like Madden, because the guy, led the Cowboys. He's a defensive end, and he led the Cowboys in tackles for like 7 straight years during those Super Bowls. And I mean, 3-time Super Bowl champion himself. So I remember, picking the Cowboys and going defense, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna sack this guy. I'm gonna pick. Where's my guy? All right, Tolbert, that's my guy. And just to be paired up with him on the golf course talking to him about not just football but like stuff after football and like working with the charities, and it was just a surreal experience. At the end of the day, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I was talking to one of my buddies that was with me, and I was just like, can you believe that just happened? I mean, we just shook hands with these guys right here. I mean, Super Bowl champ, there's 5 Super Bowl rings between these two guys right here. So it was just awesome. And thank you to Cowboys CanFan because you guys really opened up that door to a community that, I mean, I always thought I belonged to Cowboys Nation, but now I feel like I'm part of it and just like helping grow it as well. And it's literally living my best life thanks to you guys. And by the way, we're kind of twinning over here.
Yeah, we're twinning.
I know.
Right?
As soon as you showed up with the
I
shirt,
didn't get
I
the
was
memo.
like, I fucking.
Oh, it's inside out.
Yeah, I'm wearing it backwards. In solidarity for AJ being missing, I'm going a blackout shirt.
I like that. So it's actually funny. It's a good segue because you have Tony Tolbert here, and we're gonna listen to this. And I'm just gonna preface by saying, Bot G is not a small person. Like Bot G's a tall dude, and like this is what I look like standing next to Boots. And so Tony T is not a small human being.
Legendary Tony Tolbert right here. We're going to get some inside information, hopefully. If you were in that war room, we know with the draft coming up in less than 2 weeks, what do you think the Cowboys need to do with that first pick? Are they going to go offense? Are they going to go defense? Is there someone out there that you hope the Cowboys are looking at?
I don't know anybody in particular, but I hope they would probably on the defensive side, maybe a D lineman or something like that. You lost a lot of guys through free agency, so part of your depth is gone. Now it's time to kind of regroup and get some more guys in here and reinforce you guys up front.
What advice would you give to these active Dallas Cowboys if you were in that locker room, like game one is about to come up? What would you say to those players to get them hyped up, or what would you say to give them direction as far as being able to have that same success that you guys did in the 90s?
Well, part of it, what you put in is what you get out of it, and then the other thing is, sometimes adversity, if you fight through adversity, you kind of get a lot closer together. And the group just got to forget about all the, being a Cowboy and being this, and just go out and play football. They have a lot of talent. It's just a matter of putting it together when they need to, and then just go from there.
Last question. Is there a team out there that you hate, you despise, like one team out there that you would never play for ever, or if you see them on TV, you just want them to lose?
No, well, not at the current time, to be honest. But
trying to get them canceled, their Boots.
It's
right
for all 32 teams. If you're a member of the NFL fraternity, it's extremely special because a lot of guys don't get that opportunity. And then some people ended in high school their career, some people ended in college, some people ended because of grades, whatever, injury. And so when you get the opportunity to play whatever team you get on, you just got to enjoy it and embrace the moment, the journey, because it goes by real fast.
That's right. So with that, we'll end on that. Dallas Cowboys CanFan, Tony Tolbert, we go ahead and we thank you for everything that you did on the field, but also for everything that you've done off the field as well. That's equally, if not even more important. That's come with being a Dallas Cowboy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
Boots, you're a consummate professional there.
Yeah, you were talking like both guys there. I like that.
Thank you, because that's probably about 10 Crackems in and 6 shots of tequila as well. And we had they had this beautiful banquet at the end of the tournament. And so we were able to, eat some solids and get some food. And that's kind of what helped me keep it together, because, we were, like I said, you guys saw some of the antics. You saw, we were ghost riding out there with some of these. I'm just trying to represent Cowboys CanFan the best I can.
Yeah,
and we're just bringing
100%
the
you
good
did.
vibes.
100%
Bringing the
you
good
did.
vibes. That's what we're trying to do. And then do you have any other videos?
Yeah, I got the Kenny Gant video coming up right now.
Go for it.
Hey, what's up, Cowboys CanFan? It's your boy Bot G Eric for
Liquored
Cowboys
as fucked.
live from Shark 29 Charity Celebrity Golf Tournament with the one and only Kenny Gant. How are we feeling today, Kenny?
Man, I'm feeling great. I'm very blessed to have all the people come out and support. It's not big as we liked it, but it was bigger than what we imagined.
Nice. Now, we're out here supporting, we're an advocate for against domestic violence.
Yeah.
I know that's a big thing for you, especially when you suffered a little bit of family trauma early on, and since then you've made it your life mission to help those in need.
Absolutely.
Crack me if you got him, Kenny Gant.
Crack me if you got him, Kenny Gant.
Crack him.
My guy, 4 gunshot wounds in the back while she was hanging up clothes. So I advocate on behalf of the children, my sister, the women, and even men. Men got some domestic violence as well.
How has being a Dallas Cowboy allowed you to help you with these type of charity causes?
Yeah, because anytime I call and ask them to give me something, and even the players, I just ask them, and they know it's for a good cause, and the older players are so much better than some of the newer guys. I say that because I look at the autograph, and the guys sign the autograph, and I don't know what these young guys do.
Okay, well, a lot of people they know you as the Shark.
Yeah.
Kenny Gant the Shark.
I like
How
his
does
shirt.
The dance. You're a showman.
Yeah.
You're a showman. You love the spotlight. Am I wrong? Am I right?
You're right.
You're right. So how has being a sex symbol in the NFL changed your life?
Well, it changed my life tremendously because I got to do something that I did it spontaneously, but when I did it, I didn't even know I did. I just had a reporter come up to me after the game and say, "What was that thing you was doing with the hand on you?" And I said, "What?" And I told him, "Oh, did I bring the shark fin out?" Because I didn't know. I was spazzed out. But that's
He was
how it
passed
happened.
out, did he say?
Then I just kept rolling with it. But Kevin Smith, they used to do it at A&M in practice, and so he introduced it to me. I did it unbeknownst to me, and he told me to just run with it.
Wonderful.
He was
What's
just
your
pushing.
favorite Dallas Cowboy memory off the field?
Off the field, just hanging with these guys, the camaraderie, even the Charles Haley. We'll hear stuff from him for the next. Yo, you didn't take me, but we'd have had a ticket for him. He wouldn't have got on the plane. It would have been something. So.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be here next one. So besides Charles Haley, of all your teammates, who's the one that you still keep in touch with the most? Who's your best buddy, your Thunder buddy, your Dallas Cowboy? That's your day one.
Tony Tober.
Tony Tober?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a no nonsense. He have fun, but he pick his friends wisely, and he don't like a lot of foolishness. And that has kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Oh, I was gonna say Kenny Gant might not like the CanFan boys. Then.
Okay.
So when he got in trouble,
he was fine with me.
ran from it, so I run too.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, so we got the draft coming up in just about 2 weeks. We all know that Jerry Jones has been already heard a couple times or quoted for saying he's all in. What does that mean?
Well, I wear the bracelet, but I don't know what it's for. But it's just, it's for the church.
All in.
Yeah, all in. He's most got a good draft strategy. So we'll just wait and see. We can't say anything. He's had some heck of a drafts. But we'll just wait and see.
And Will McClay, we trust. If you were in that war room, who would you be pushing for? Is there a specific player that you're pulling for, or are you aiming for offense or defense, or what do you think the Cowboys need this year that's going to be the best difference maker?
They're gonna need a center.
Word.
We lost.
So with the number one pick, that's what you would get, a center to fill that position, or will you go for the best player available?
I'll go with the best player available.
BPA?
He's a BPA
Nice.
boy.
He's a BPA boy.
I think we're gonna need a running back,
Yes.
and I like the little kid from Michigan. I don't know.
Okay.
Corum.
I like
Corum.
him.
Okay. Okay. We'll see how that
Ooh,
goes.
Dallas Cowboys Chris is about to say
thank
Michigan
you so much for
boys.
having us out here. I hope to be here again next year.
Yes, sir.
We had so much fun. We had a ton of food, ton of booze, ton of golf. A lot of great people out here. A lot of championship rings walking around here. So, if all you guys out there, if you guys can make it out here next year, one star, one fam. We'll be out here probably in April next year again. Here in Bakersfield or wherever it is that they decide to put it. We're gonna come out here golf for a
Wherever
cause
it is.
and go Cowboys.
Yes, go Cowboys.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys Chris is in there saying Michigan.
There he is.
So
I
that's
thought about him too. Shout out to Dallas Cowboys, Chris.
That's funny. Like, I would love to go. This is the only thing stopping me. Like, I don't golf, so I'd be terrible. I could just be a caddy. I'll caddy for Boots. Like, I'll just come and be your caddy. I'll be like the dude from Happy Gilmore. One shoe, washing my underwears in the ball wash. Drunk.
With work, I've golfed a lot. Not good at golf, but I'm great to have on the golf course.
Are
with
you?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
why are you great to have on the golf course?
Just the same way that you would be great to have on the golf
Oh,
course.
I'd pump everybody up even if you had a bad shot because
Oh.
it'd be 10 times better than anything I could do. But Boots, I want to know 10 out of 10, was it a 10 out of 10 experience then?
It was at least a 12.
Oh, nice.
It was at least a 12. It went above my expectations. Like I said, these guys are just approachable. If you want to meet some ex-Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl champs, they're there. They're so nice. You ask for a picture, autograph, they'll sign it for you right there. And then they literally will like have conversations with you. I mean, when Tony Tolbert shook my hand, I kind of imagine I have a 6-year-old little girl. So when I shake her hand, like the difference, that's kind of like how I felt because I felt like my hand, was like maybe 30% of like his hand.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow, this guy's so big.
That's that's usually what I feel like when I shake AJ's hand. I feel, but then I want to say that. However, Bessie's, we have fucking little sausage fingers here.
We're like, we got the stubs.
Okay, we got the stubs. Pack Attack with the $4.99 super chat says,
shit, yeah,
enjoying
thanks.
your content.
Appreciate it.
Probably followed us on the illustrious Cowboys losing to Packers game. Our reaction.
Okay, one last thing about the golf tournament. We couldn't leave without seeing Boots booshing it. Here it is.
Yes. Hey, shout out to Built Different Group. Mike Rock was actually recording on that, and I got to meet Brandon King, Sharon Reddock, and also Brian Gibson. And these guys were just like from the get-go. These guys are just coming hard. They're so
whoa! What
Boots,
did
you
Boots?
can't say
These guys
coming
were
hard,
coming
okay?
hard. Come on.
Excuse me. They were drinking. They were keeping up. They were just. I felt like I made some lifelong friends just from meeting up with those guys. And they're content creators as well. They have one of the largest Facebook fan bases, over 100,000 last time I checked. And I was going through some of their content, and they're really good. They keep it 100. Very real entertaining. If anybody out there is please, if you don't follow them already, give them a follow, give them a like. You will definitely enjoy it because they mean everything Dallas Cowboys and even other stuff as well. These guys are just so entertaining and so much fun, and I'm looking forward to golfing with them again next year.
Hell yeah. Sweet. Before we get into some draft stuff, I need to take a sponsor break.
That's a pee break.
Go for it.
So Stephen White says no Diddy when Boots was talking about
Absolutely no Diddy.
everybody coming hard here.
Yes.
But then, we look at, I was going to start to put some chat stuff in here. Ultra Cowboy says, I'd rather have my mother-in-law visit for a week than go golfing.
Oh, no, you're missing out, Ultra. You're missing out. It's not just about, the actual golfing itself. It's about how many drinks you can take between holes and just having a great time, the camaraderie, the conversation. Like Ann said, he can just caddy. Come out there. At the end of the day, it's for a great cause. We were, donating money to a great cause out there. So, it's fun.
Boots, have you ever gone to a draft?
No, I have not. That is on the bucket list. But Detroit is not going to be where it's at.
How did you not drive to Vegas for the draft? You're like a couple hours away.
You know what? I had a bunch of work stuff going on during that time, and I wanted to go really bad, but there was like some big deals that I needed.
Yeah.
I needed the money, so I had to make sure I was present for that.
Boots
But
handles his business before freaking. Cowboys is one thing, but Boots still handles his business.
decisions were made. Which
is good.
So
So I have a comment here from Ultra that I wanted to get your guys' take on. Don't listen to the first part of the comment. He goes, Trey Lance's arm strength is off the charts. It's fine if it is or not. But he goes, Cowboys have 8 All-Pros. They are not rebuilding. So we've talked about it a few times that our Cowboys going into rebuild mode. Everyone keeps saying Cowboys are rebuilding. They're maybe going to start from scratch. They have a lot of holes to fill. How if we don't shore up, and I mean we went into this last time, but what are we fine for them to not draft outside of a quarterback? Let's not even bring up, we're fine if they don't draft a quarterback. What positions are we fine with them not drafting going into this mock draft? Not this mock draft, this actual draft. If they don't draft any of these positions, tight end, okay?
Yeah, tight end, tight end, definitely safety. I'd be fine with them not drafting. That's probably, for me, it.
Cornerback.
Well, yeah, and a quarterback.
I'd be, honestly, if you're in
Corner,
the, if
CB.
you're,
a cornerback.
I was going to say, well, even corner, I don't mind a corner in say rounds 5, 6, or 7, or a comp pick for one of those guys. You know, if you have, if you have, say, a Deron Bland guy that you have all these good, like, nice green flags about this dude, I don't mind taking a corner in one of the later rounds for depth. I find like cornerback and wide receiver is that position where later in the draft, you take a guy because it's great to have depth pieces for those positions. I don't want a cornerback, say, in the first 3 rounds, right? Because there is holes in my mind. But cornerback, so if we're saying top 3 rounds, I like cornerback. No corner, no tight end, no safety, I would say. Or quarterback. I wouldn't want to take a quarterback in the first 3 rounds either. So those are the 4 positions for me.
I'm okay with not taking a guard either.
So as far as, so you're saying that Tyler Smith stays at guard, or why are you okay with not taking a guard?
Tyler Smith on left and, Zach Martin on right. I think if we need a tackle, then let's just draft a tackle. Let's draft someone that's been playing that position in college for the last 2 or 3 years. Let's not get a guard and then move him to another spot that he's not used to playing.
Yeah, I respect that thought. I don't mind the no guard, but if they do, again, that's going to tell you on draft day. If they take a guard in rounds 1 through 3, Tyler Smith there's getting moved to tackle. That's one of the things that's going to scream that.
I could see that happen if they feel like the best tackles are gone. Then okay, there's this really, really good guard that we're sure we can transfer him over there. Then I could see that happening that way as well. But ideally, I'd rather have him just get a pure tackle.
No, I agree with you there, Boots. I really do. I actually exited out of more things than I meant to, but
sorry,
I had
you had a bunch of stuff.
Title of your sex tape.
Yeah, you guys talk. I need to find the one article.
Ant's booshing it now.
That's right.
Jenkins Gaming says no running back in the first.
I agree.
WWE guy who says WWE guy is here. He goes,
What's up, WWE guy?
I want to draft Graham Barton. Yeah, we drafted Graham Barton.
Yeah, we drafted. Okay, this is the article I wanted to bring up because it's talking about draft and it's talking about trades also. And this is from the Steelers blogging the boys-esque page on SB Nation. Terrible tales. ESPN proposes draft day trade between Steelers and Cowboys. So we already looked at the Cowboys trading up in one scenario, and I just thought, because there's been a lot of noise about the Cowboys trading back, but all the articles I'm seeing is about them moving up. So ESPN predicts Steelers-Cowboys trade. The Pittsburgh Steelers have options with their first-round pick, and as the NFL draft gets closer, it appears more and more experts expect them to move backward from 20. ESPN's Bill Barnwell created a prediction where the Steelers and the Cowboys make a trade during draft night, moving Pittsburgh back from number 20 to number 24, while also receiving picks 87, which is our 3rd round, and 174, our 5th round, and they give up 20 and the 119. Like, what do you guys think about that?
Well, what pick are we? Well, so they don't even say what pick we're going to do at 20?
No, they just say we move up.
I mean, okay. I mean, I would not want to do that.
No.
So we swap picks and then
so we swap pick. The Cowboys swap picks at 20, 24 for 20, and also give up our 3rd round and 5th round, and we get their 4th round.
Stupid.
So you give up a 2nd and a 5th to get move up 4 spots and get a 4th. I think that's an awful trade.
So who is between them and us in those spots that there's one person there that we need to move up for?
JPJ. Because you have the Eagles there who would take him because of Kelsey. Like that's the only way, or you're taking maybe the very last tackle that you like. That's the only way the Cowboys are doing that. I honestly, I'm on the move back and get more picks, not give up one pick to move up 4 spots and lose a third. Like there's too many good players in the 3rd round that could start day 1 for the Dallas Cowboys to give up that pick to then move back into the 4th.
I don't like it.
I just thought it was interesting because I keep seeing the Cowboys trading up.
Yeah, it's interesting because it now makes sense because it's on a fucking Steelers website that talks about this fucking fairy tale trade here. Cowboys give us like their best fucking rounds. I'm very partial to pick 87.
Same.
For some reason.
I love pick 87.
I love pick 87.
I do not want to give pick 87.
We can't lose. If anything, move up from pick 87, but even then, we've never really done that. So I like the people that are available a little bit higher between what is it, 50?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
We've never really moved up from 87, so I don't even know some of the guys that could possibly be available to us. We just haven't really entertained. So I'm very partial to pick 87. Like I know the people in that world that we would be going after, but I don't like this bullshit.
What's Philly's biggest need? Is center their biggest need?
It's one of them. You just lost your future Hall of Famer. Who do they have as a backup? I mean, any backup isn't going to be great, right? The Eagles could also, they lost Hassan Riddick, so they could go defensive line. They could go with any of the offensive tackles, any of the offensive guards, the center. The offensive line, to me, is what runs through their team. Like, if you're going to have Jalen Hurts doing what he needs, how many touchdowns did he have behind Jason Kelce in his career? A lot. So you're going to why not have the best center, the best proposed center in the draft, which is Jackson Powers Johnson. And they pick one pick ahead of the Cowboys. So if the Cowboys thought that, hey, we have JPJ as our guy, I still don't like that though. I still don't want to jump them to get JPJ. I still think you could find a starter at 24, a starter at 56, and a starter at 87. So you give up 2 starters for 1 starter. I don't like that.
I don't like the rounds that we give up there to do a trade up like that for just a couple spots for a center like JPJ. The other thought is like, yeah, we do need a center, but we still have people that can fill the hole.
You got Bot G with all his guys coming hard. You have Adbest with people filling the hole. What kind of where are you guys trying to bring out the sex bots?
Boys, Chat J showed up in chat now.
Is he?
He's in chat saying boots.
So he's going to be around for the mock draft?
I don't know. Mock J, we're going to be doing our final mock draft of the year
in about 20 minutes, so 10, 15 minutes.
Unless you're incapable of hopping on, you got a link in your email there, son.
Well, I'm sure I'm going to go to the Instagram and see if he's
probably on a plane somewhere.
So Botch, Anth and I have just been booshing it back and forth here. What are your thoughts? Oh, he's catching a fight, but he'll be watching. Okay, so make sure you comment in the chat there, AJ, on who we're picking.
Fair enough.
Safe travels, my friend. Safe travels.
Hey, I'm glad you're alive.
We're glad you're alive.
Okay, so speaking of, we didn't like quarterbacks, right? Like, we don't feel like the Cowboys need to draft a quarterback.
I mean,
but this is a fun little article by Nick Harris on DallasCowboys.com, and it's QB fits for every Cowboys draft pick. So they go through each round and which quarterback would probably be there at that time. So I'm just going to fly through this real quick. Round one,
pick 24, Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. Round 2, pick 56, Bo Nix from Oregon. We like Bo Nix. Pick 87, Spencer Rattler, which we've talked about before, but we've never actually picked him.
QB1.
From
the Netflix show, QB1.
You told me that last time. I looked for it. It's not on Netflix.
It might not be on Netflix anymore.
Round 5, pick 174, Michael Pratt from Tulane.
Chris is Pratt's brother.
Chris Pratt's younger brother. Round 6, pick 22, pick 26, pick 216, Jordan Travis from Florida State. And then round 7, pick 233, Sam Hartman from Notre Dame, a.k.a. Rudy's place.
So, Boots, you watch more college football than Ad and I. Any of those guys jumping out at you that you would want to use any of those picks or any of those rounds up on any of those dudes?
Maybe Bo Nix. I see a lot of Oregon stuff out here. You see them a lot. what's the other guy there? Spencer Rattler. I know Caleb Williams was a freshman and his backup. So I think he kind of fell down towards the end. And then scroll down just a little bit. Michael Pratt. I did love Guardians of the Galaxy. So, you know, be nice to get maybe Chris Pratt to come on the show every once in a while. Jordan Travis from Florida State. I have problems trusting anybody with 2 first names.
Same.
So I'd stay
Yeah.
away
Agreed.
there. But yeah, I mean, we got to see how it's going to fall. I mean, all these mock drafts that we're doing, we can talk about everybody there, but we really won't know because we keep talking about all these guys when it comes to like round 6, and then Jordan Travis was taken in the 4th or something. So.
Yes.
I will say this though. I do want to entertain a quarterback on this final draft.
I like that. Boots said Bo Nix at 56. That's a good rhyme. Bo Nix at 56.
Bo Nix at 56. Bo Nix at 56.
So he's like I'd say out of the top 5 quarterbacks, he's the 5th, right? Like, so it's gonna really, if he makes it to 56, it kind of makes me a bit nervous.
If he makes it to 56, it makes you nervous because you want us to take him, or we shouldn't take him.
No, that if there's other teams out there that need quarterbacks that didn't take him in their first 2 picks,
right?
So I'd be worried that a team that needed a quarterback didn't take him early in the second round, or early in the second round, or late in the first. That's the only reason. But like a guy like Michael Penix Jr., again at 24, I think that's probably an area where he's gonna go. I don't like it unless you're planning on moving on from Dak. Even if you're planning on moving on from Dak Prescott, I don't like taking a quarterback at 24.
I would rather have like a Joe Milton III in like the 3rd round.
Well, Joe Milton,
or 4th round.
He didn't even make
5th
it.
round,
He
sorry.
didn't even make it.
He didn't make it on that list.
Yeah, he did. Round 7, pick 244. Joe Milton from Tennessee, and Ad wants to take him in the 3rd round.
I said round 5. I meant round
Ad
5.
wants to take him in the 3rd round.
I meant round 5.
Did you mean round 5?
I meant round 5.
I'll just read it for you. Simply put, there's not a bigger arm in this draft class, and that's why Ad best likes him.
That's why I want that.
You seen that one clip where he threw it 75 yards, and you were like, "That's my guy."
And I watched a couple ones. I went down a Joe M3, a JM3 train on YouTube for a bit.
Joe M3, I like that. Joe M3.
Hey, and I don't know. He says former Michigan QB. That's what Dallas Cowboys Chris is saying. I don't know if he's talking about Joe Milton though.
I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Okay, and then we just got one last thing before we jump into our mock draft, fellas. Mailbag. Will needs outweigh best available? And I want to get your guys' thoughts on. Well, I know what Ad wants. Ad's a BPA boy. He always has been. But Boots, do you want to go with a need or the best player that's there?
You gotta go with BPA.
Yeah,
as well.
Boots is a BPA
you gotta go
boy.
with the best who can. Why are you gonna go with a need when someone there is like mediocre? You don't want to get a mid guy in the draft. You want to get someone who's the best at that position available at that time, because you can always go get a free agent if you're trying to plug a spot or something like that.
Do you think that Mozzie Smith was a need pick over a BPA pick last year?
Yes. I think that's exactly what happened. I mean, everyone kept saying he was a developmental guy, so we're gonna see this year. He's had that 1 year. We saw him in camp. He looked like the power was there.
We were all
the strength
the
was
three
there.
of us after we saw him hitting those things. We're just like, fuck, okay, yeah, Mozzie Smith. This guy
Yeah,
can do it.
dude was scary. Just you heard, and you even felt how hard he was hitting those bags, and you're like, wow, this guy's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. I think it's just the mind part of the game of like knowing what to do and where to run and knowing the science behind it. So hopefully he's had enough film time and enough training and coaching that now this next season he'll be able to make that step up, which most players tend to do their sophomore year in the NFL.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Cowboys are playing with house money in regards to the 2023 draft class, right? Mozzie's, there's still waivers out on him essentially. Scooney was a good blocker.
Sailboat.
Yes, Scooney's a sailboat. Wasn't awful, just wasn't great. Our guy
He signed my ball.
He
signed my ball.
He signed your ball. You called him over, and that was pretty epic, to be honest. And the guy, that's another monster of a human.
Sweet guy.
Then you have Overshone, who was injured, so there's a freebie that we haven't seen. Then in the 4th round, you had Junior Fiocco, again, another guy that we really haven't seen. So the 2023 class, we're actually getting guys from that class that are kind of going to be into this class as rookies. So it's kind of a 2-for, a 2-for, a 2-for-1.
2-for-1.
So I'm excited to see that, but I definitely believe I'm a BPA guy all day, all long.
We're all BBA boys. And you know what? Hot off the press, my boy Dallas Cowboys Chris is telling me to move on from JM3.
He did.
He could not start at Michigan, and he didn't start at Tennessee. Move on. So guess what? I don't want him. I don't want him anymore. I don't want him. He's off my list.
Is he?
He's off my list.
Set him out.
Chris, Cowboys Chris has a little bit of sway in your decisions. I like it.
If it's a Michigan boy,
I trust Chris's. Actually, well, Chris is in there. Chris, when do you think JJ McCarthy goes in the NFL draft? Because that's another interesting one. Some people think that cat might go second overall, possibly to Washington. Other people have him as one of the 4th or 5th quarterbacks. So that guy's a big, big question mark. Fellas,
I don't think he'll actually go number 2 overall.
You don't?
I think he'll be like maybe 4
to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
You don't think the Cardinals are going to take Harrison Jr.?
No. So sorry.
4th quarterback overall.
4th quarterback overall.
So you have Drake. So you have Caleb Williams, Drake May, and then who's
Jaden Daniels?
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels is going to probably go to Washington.
Washington, yeah.
Washington.
There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks, and it's good for us Dallas Cowboys fans because the more quarterbacks taken, we want all 5 of those guys. He
will not get past Denver, Chris says.
We want, obviously, Caleb Williams to go. We want Drake May to go. We want J.J. McCarthy to go. We want Jaden Daniels to go. We want Bo Nix to go. We want all those guys to go before 24 because that's just more good players falling to the Dallas Cowboys, baby.
And Bocce, you can't say anything about draft day because Anth has not watched it yet, so we can't even use a draft day reference.
I thought we were watching it Wednesday night.
Yeah, we are watching it Wednesday night. But after Wednesday night, we can talk.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it Wednesday night. That was the plan all along.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Bocce would say, as we're talking about quarterbacks, I don't want Bocce to say anything about draft day.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler alert.
Okay, so I appreciate the spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you already saw it. I'm a little disappointed, but I'm okay that you guys are gonna watch it on Wednesday.
I'm sorry, Boots. AJ has also not seen it, so I'm gonna throw him under the bus.
AJ hasn't seen Varsity Blues. AJ hasn't seen
the replacements.
AJ,
Any given Sunday.
AJ hasn't seen some.
Remember the Titans?
AJ hasn't seen like any. I know. And AJ sees a lot of movies, but
I'm just now trying to think of movies that have a little bit of football. Point Break, just to sewer him a little bit more.
I feel like I don't even know him anymore.
No, you probably don't.
Okay, guys, I kind of feel bad that Mock J is not going to be involved in the final Cowboys CanFan mock draft of the 2024 offseason. This is it, and we have Eric Boots on the Ground Serrato with us to get through it. This is our final mock draft. So there isn't any rules. We can do whatever the hell we want. If we want to trade up like those idiots have us in the CBS article and on the Steelers Nation page, trading up and losing all our picks, we can do whatever the hell we want. The only issue is we are going to go in our slider. We're going to go half and half on PFF's public versus PFF board. Everything else, I'm just going to let it roll. We're going to go medium speed, 7 rounds.
We're going to go at a medium pace.
Picking at 24 for the Dallas Cowboys. Are you guys ready for this?
Are you ready? Okay, actually, before we go, maybe tell the. Are we going to just talk about who, when we get to that position or that pick, who we picked before and who we like, or do we want to kind of go through some people that we're targeting before we start going?
Yeah, we could. I mean, sure. I already know every round. I know who I want. I think first round, I'm going Graham Barton or Jackson. Well, that ruins the fun of doing the actual.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
It ruins the fun of us just doing it.
And WayJ says, I trust my guys. Our training was adequate.
Yeah, Mock J's got to get his final one up this week, too. So keep a lookout for that. All right, we're entering this draft. We're about to boost this. I'm going to zoom it in so that we can kind of see who's been picked here. Here we go. The picks are flying off the board.
Who's picking McCarthy?
McCarthy, 11.
He went to Vikings.
Cowboys Chris was right. He was not making it past. All right, fellas, here we go, baby. So this is what we got right off the hop. J.C. Latham, Graham Barton, Brian Thomas Jr., Kool-Aid McKinstry, Jackson Powers Johnson, Troy Franklin, Peyton Wilson, Tyler Nubin, and Ladd McConk. I can never say this fucking name.
McConkey.
Ladd McConkey.
Ladd McConkey.
And then Zach Fraser. So there's
some guys here, man. There are some guys on this board.
So, Boots, out of these dudes.
Who went at 22?
At 22,
Who did the Eagles take?
they take Nate Wiggins, cornerback, and they actually don't even have them as wanting to get or fucking center,
A center, yeah.
which is interesting to me. So what we can look, that's actually a good idea, Boots. We can look back. So they have Green Bay's coming up. They have O-line. Tampa Bay has guard and center. The Cardinals have guard and center. And then the Detroit Lions have guard and center. So there's a lot of teams that want guard and center.
Okay, and so chat's. I'm going to give you what chat's going to say here, what chat's wavering in on, and then we'll hit out. So our boy Stat J says Latham is interesting, which we've taken JC Latham once before.
He is a right tackle. I will say that.
WWE guy says take Graham Barton,
which we love. We love our GB.
Jenkins Gaming says tackle. Dallas Cowboys Chris says Barton is the pick. Jenkins also then says take a true tackle. Barton's a guard.
All right. Well, I want to know what you guys think. So, what do you guys think here? I want to trade back, personally.
Same.
I like trading back too.
But
Same. We need picks.
But it's risky business here, guys.
I know.
So our first person that we can trade back with is Baltimore at pick 30. So that's going back 6 picks. We're more than likely missing out on Latham, Barton, and JPJ in that situation,
and probably Brian Thomas, Thomas Jr.
So I like it if it was only a couple picks back and we could get either Barton, JPJ, or JC Latham without having those selections. I kind of like what Boots had said prior and just taking a guy that we want to play tackle. And for me, that right now is Graham Barton.
Yep.
He's only played left tackle. Some people have him possibly playing guard in the NFL, but all he did in his college career was play tackle. So I kind of like it. His pros, well balanced in his pre-snap base. His butt is a bit high, but he is loaded on his quads to explode off the snap. Strong grip strength, has a mean streak in the run game. Cons, strength tails off after initial punch. What are you guys' thoughts?
What if we take Graham now and then before our second pick, maybe trade back in our second round?
We could do that.
Can you go back over to the picks between us and Baltimore?
We're not getting.
Oh yeah, we are no.
We're
losing everybody.
And they're probably Baltimore's trading up to get an O-lineman.
Right.
That's what they're doing here. Baltimore's trying to jump up to get probably JC Latham, to be honest. If we could trade back too, you know what? Maybe we just reach out to a team, guys. Do we be crazy?
See what the Bucks won't trade with us, but let's see what we can do with the Bucks.
Let's see if we can just offer a trade to someone. No, okay, we're gonna go Bucks. We're gonna ask for the Bucks 26. We're gonna give up our 24. Then what do you guys want to try here?
What about the Cardinals? Even them. I mean, they already had that pick at 4, so this is their second first round pick.
Okay, let's try it then. I'll bang with it. I'll bang with the Cardinals. So we're offering. Oh yeah, they're not biting anything.
What if you give them like a? What if you give them like a? Oh no, they got so many fucking picks.
No, they're not biting.
They don't want anything.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay.
They're not biting on anything. I'll try one last one with the Bucks. 26, 24. They don't even want to trade, so they won't even flirt with it.
Lions
at 29. Oof, I mean, at that point, you just trade with the team that wants to trade with you.
Well, like I said, I'm not opposed to getting Barton, Graham Cracker Barton, and then trading back in our second round.
Okay, so we got to and we got to look at this. We got to look at this as this is our what we want to do as the team.
Yeah.
So I like Barton.
I like Barton as well.
Yeah, same.
I like Barton, but I also like Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay, well, we're going Barton.
I know. I'm just saying. If we wanted to trade back to get the wide receiver, if we're all in line for that, but
if he was the top ranked guy, you're not. If you trade to 30, you're not getting any of these dudes.
Totally.
So we're going Graham Barton. Welcome to the team. Okay, and then we're gonna pause and we're gonna try to trade up. Is that what you guys wanted to do? So Boots, you need to figure out where you want to trade up to.
I don't know about trade up. I was gonna say trade back.
Trade back. Okay, well then we're just
trade back in round 2.
Then we're just gonna let it ride. Then we're not gonna do it until we're on our
pause for a sec. Pause. Oh, you can't
pause.
Scroll up, and I just want to see who went after Barton. I want to see. Let's see. So Kool-Aid went.
Pause.
It's paused.
It's paused.
Okay.
Kool-Aid went. Brian Thomas Jr. went. JC Latham went. Troy Franklin went. JPJ went to.
So none of the guys that we wanted.
And Peyton Wilson.
So we would have been getting Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
So we were smart by not trading back because the guys that we all wanted adds
Gone.
2 guys in Brian Thomas Jr. and JC Latham, and then JPJ all gone. We would have never got any. We wouldn't even have sniffed.
WayJ says, good pick. Crack him if you got him.
Yeah, I'll get one of those. Graham Barton, crack him if you got him.
And then he
son.
also says round 2 trade back is a good move.
Yeah, so we're just gonna let it ride till we get to our pick.
Like, I would just say, just don't trade out of the second round. Like, for example, like maybe even go with Baltimore, or maybe even the Chiefs want to trade somebody.
Fraser's gone. Bo Nix is gone.
So we're moving up. We are 4 picks away. 3, 2, 1, and we are on the board. So there is 2 trade available. So we're gonna just look at that right off the hop here, fellas. That's far down though, Boots. They want the closest we could do is with New England at 68 or New York at 70.
Ooh.
That's far down there.
That's too much.
And then here's our top guys. They got Jonathan Brooks, who's been linked to the Cowboys a lot. Then you got TJ Tampa, cornerback Kieran Amagaji, tackle Chris Broswell, edge, Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker,
Coop.
Christian Haynes, Malachi Corley, or as I called them last time, Malachi.
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 Mariachi Corny?
Yeah.
Mariachi.
Marshawn Nealand, Andrew Phillips, Brandon Dorless, and Kingsley Suamataya.
Yeah, Cowboys Chris is already all caps locking it. Cooper's a pick. We love Edgerrin Cooper. We've talked about Edgerrin Cooper. It's Brooksy or Cooper. And
Well,
I think
this is what do you guys weigh more as a need? It's running back or linebacker.
I just
running back.
I just feel like we can get a good running back at 87 still.
So Boots is leaning towards running back though. You're leaning towards linebacker.
Well, what has the highest drop off right now as far as halfbacks or running backs and then linebackers?
Let's check it out. So running backs. So next one you're gonna have. So when we pick at 87, we're probably gonna be looking at a guy like Ray Davis, and you are an SC guy. What's Marshawn Lloyd like, Boots?
Well, like all the other halfbacks over at USC, they don't really get a lot of playing time because the best running back is Caleb Williams, even though he plays quarterback. But that guy ran a lot. And whenever he did hand the ball off, it's because they were worried about him throwing the ball. So, I mean, it's not like they loaded the box against these running backs over at SC. So, I mean, a lot of these guys, even though they look good, in college, once they hit the NFL, it's not going to go well for them.
So if we don't take Jonathan Brooks, we're not getting any of the next 4 guys like Bucky Irvin, Trey Benson, Jalen Wright, and Jonathan Brooks.
I bet you Trey Benson. I bet you Trey Benson will be there.
He won't be.
Dallas Cowboys Chris in caps lock says name your starting linebackers.
And then look who got picked right before.
Ooh, Michigan boy Blake
Corum taken. So this is the thing with linebackers. Yeah, Edgerrin Cooper's gonna start right away. But if you don't get Edgerrin Cooper, there's guys like Junior Colson that we possibly could get in the 3rd round. There's Jeremiah Trotter Jr. And then deeper in the draft, there's Jalen Ford. There's Trevin Wallace. There, Steel Chambers.
Curtis 50 Cent Jacobson.
Yeah, there is.
Let me ask you guys this: Is our RB1 right here on these top 3?
Is Jonathan Brooks? You're saying is Jonathan Brooks?
Who's our RB1?
In those
right
3,
here.
in these 3 guys, for me, Trey Benson.
Okay,
so then maybe
he won't be there at the next pick.
So then see if we can trade back and get Benson then.
But why trade back and not get the best linebacker? Why not just trade and then? Okay, I see what you're saying.
He's 75, so let's trade back a little bit,
all right.
Get some more picks, and then take
68. We'll flirt with it. 68, 56. Let's see if we can get their 103. They're for sure going to give us that. I mean, you can kind of bend them over here a little bit. 103 and 137. Let's see if we get something in the. This is more realistic to me. Getting their 4th next year, and then so we would trade our 56. We'd go back 12 picks, which is a lot because we could end up missing out on all the 3 running backs and the best linebacker. And then what? So, but
what this we have to.
You don't have to trade. You just pick who you think's going to play. Again, you don't. I mean, even if you think so say you go to running back and you think you need to take a running back here, you pick who you think your best running back is. If
Jenkins says that Brooks is Reggie Bush if healthy.
Yeah, if healthy though.
That's saying a lot.
I mean, Reggie Bush was Reggie Bush if healthy.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I don't mind the Jonathan Brooks pick here. I wish we could just trade a little bit less.
Then 12.
Well, okay, if we're gonna treat this like a BPA draft, then we go with Brooks.
That's true.
You know, in other words, we're gonna say forget all these extra picks. It doesn't matter if we're picking the BPA at our spot. So I'm okay with going with Brooks if you guys want to go with that here.
And we all said we're BPA boys. Boots isn't wrong.
You're not wrong.
He has the logic. He has the logic.
You're not wrong. He's been a visit from the Cowboys. He's been linked to the Cowboys. It sounds like the Cowboys might even try to move up for him.
I'm gonna flirt something with you guys here. I'm fine with taking Jonathan Brooks. I want to pause right after, and I want to move up and get Edgerrin Cooper.
Okay, I like that move.
Ooh, I
fuck
like
with
that too.
That's what I want to do.
Like
Okay,
that.
let's do that.
So we're gonna draft Jonathan Brooks right away, and then I'm gonna pause it, and we're gonna trade up to get our guy.
Do it.
Okay. Jonathan Brooks, welcome to the team.
Pause.
Is he already gone?
Is he down?
Okay, he's not gone.
Oh my God. How quick was that? How quick do you have that?
Oh man.
1, 2, 3, 4 picks or
Okay, so the Bills, let's see. Bills need linebacker, so they might be going with Coops. But let's just try. Let's see what we could go. So for us to move up to pick 60.
Oh, Dallas Cowboys, Chris says, stop drafting hurt players. He is not happy
I don't
about that,
disagree with
Brooksy.
it, but we said we were BPA boys. So we could trade. Oh, this. Round 3. If we went, then we're going to have to trade a bunch. We're going to have to essentially trade our 87 and next year's third round.
Yeah, do it.
To
I
move
say-
up.
Yeah, we're all in this year.
Offer
Do
trade.
it.
Offer trade.
If we don't make it happen this year,
We
Dak
got
will be
it.
gone, and we're gonna have a lot of.
We got it.
Take Coop. Take Coop.
Edgerrin Cooper.
Yeah.
We wheeled and dealed.
Hey, welcome to
Again,
draft day, baby.
welcome to draft day.
Draft day, baby.
Okay, we're taking it. Because you got to worry. I mean, now you got the best running back by BPA standards and the remaining best, or even Edgerrin Cooper in some people's mind is the best linebacker, and we're getting him at 60.
Texas.
We
love
did.
it.
We gave up 2 third-round picks. Welcome to the team.
I just want to see him get a nice sack and then just go. Coop.
Now we're a lot of picks away. So, I mean, a lot of picks away, and we're just going to let it ride a little bit. We traded 87 and next year's third-round pick to move up to get the best defensive player left in the draft, in my mind. Are people going to like it? Probably not.
Probably not.
But if he starts, third-round picks can be question marks, man. They're not always a guarantee start anyways, right? So giving up 2 to get a guy that's starting day 1 is a safe bet for me. Plus, you have your third-round pick from last year coming back on a redshirt year, essentially, to also help out linebacker.
Jenkins says we get 2 comp picks next year. That's not a bad trade.
Let's get it. So we're still, that's a lot of, we would have a very boring end of day 2 and day 3 if we did that way, but it's exciting. We got our players.
I mean, not really. Hey, you make a move like that.
Okay. The Cowboys are on the clock, and they got a bunch of quarterbacks.
Already, we're not taking Jordan Travis because he has 2 first names.
Yeah, and Boots is not a fan.
Okay, so we need
Can't trust him.
So we got our halfback, we got our offensive lineman, and we got our linebacker.
But are you against another offensive lineman here for depth, essentially? Or Boots didn't want any cornerbacks, and I don't mind no cornerbacks. Halfback.
Can we look at defensive tackles?
Yeah, let's do it. That's a good call. Just tackles? Or do you want
defensive tackles?
Okay. Okay, so you got Logan Lee from Iowa, McKinley Jackson out of Texas A&M, Keith Randolph Jr., Illinois, Gabe Hall from Baylor, and Miles Murphy from North Carolina.
Oof.
All that will probably be there on our will be there on our next pick.
I said let's look at KRJ in Keith Randolph Jr. on our next pick.
We've never drafted this Logan Lee. I just want to see his size.
Double L?
6'5", 291.
Double L beanpole?
Don't love it. Don't love it. Did play some A gap, which is nice, but mostly B gap. Don't love it.
Not on our final mock.
Any other positions
Can't
that you
take a
guys
flyer
want to
on
look
that.
at?
What's our we'll go back to the BPA list here. Or are you on it right now?
Yeah, it's BPA right now. So we got Jordan Travis, Kamal Hayden, Bo Limmer, Cody Schrader, Kalen King, Steel Chambers. I honestly don't hate a center here to be.
I was just gonna say we've never taken Bo Limmer. Bring him up.
So he got regressed a little bit in 2023. He's
still good though.
He's played left guard. He's played right guard. He's played center. So he actually, his first 2 years in college, he was a right guard and then got bumped out to center in his final year. Pass block grade isn't great. His run block grade's actually fairly decent. And zone and gap are pretty even with each other. So he's not a bad, he's 6'5", 307, 22. So he's not about to turn 23, but that's not a terrible pick.
He's versatile, guys. I mean, if he can play 3 different positions,
I don't mind this
the
guy.
Offensive line, that's a solid pick.
I don't mind that pick, guys. I really don't.
300 pounds, not even 23 years old.
Okay,
6'5".
It's our last final draft. Give us a draft buzz on Bo Limmer.
Okay, let's get it. Draft buzz it up.
And as you're doing that, Dallas Cowboys Chris says anybody that's 5'10", 345 at defensive tackle.
I like that. Limmer, okay, looks like a chunky Ferguson.
Chunky
looks like just a bigger Jake Ferguson.
Do we have a more? Is it has Clone Zone hit the offensive
Clone
line?
Zone.
They just put a little bit too much cholesterol in that one.
Okay. 3 cones, not bad.
Not very fast. Height's good.
Slow.
Shuttle's good. 10 yards good. 3 cones. So he's actually doesn't have long distance speed like in a 40, but his shuttle, 10 yard, and 3 cone are all high.
We just need him to be a wall, guys. We don't need him to run 40 yards or anything here.
Exactly. So his height's good. He's going to put on, another 10, 15 pounds in the NFL. Don't love his arm size. He's in the only 29% area of his draft class, but he's has a good run grade according to PFF, and he's really quick in the first 10 yards. So I don't hate this, guys.
Give me one pause and one neg from him.
One positive: exhibits a high football IQ, effectively identifying stunts, twists, and blitzes, and making swift adjustments post snap.
Okay, I like that.
That's
from
nice.
A center.
He's already smarter than Mozzie.
And then weakness: occasionally exhibits lapse in pass protection technique, leading to a vulnerability against sophisticated defensive moves. And balance can be compromised by over-aggressiveness, sometimes resulting in lost leverage and effectiveness.
I mean, I don't think that's a negative to me. I want an over-aggressive guy.
Are you guys good with Limmer?
I like the center.
I like Limmer because he can battle it out with Hoffman.
Yep.
And you're going to get the best player out of both of them.
Yep.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
Bo Limmer, welcome to the team.
I like that we picked the guy that we haven't picked yet.
In our final draft, we got one that we never drafted.
Well, this deep in the draft, or this round was our third, fourth round.
Yep.
I mean, we can get guys that are versatile and can play more than one position on that offensive line. I think that's good for us in case someone gets hurt.
It's always huge.
Depth.
And depth at this piece is great. So again, here we got to look at.
We got to go D-line, I think, on this one.
D-line would be smart. D-line would be smart. Gabe Hall, BPA, Baylor.
Okay.
Let's check him out.
Check him out.
Another guy that we've never taken before. So snaps, he's a B gap guy. Most of these defensive lineman guys, 6'6", 287.
Yeah, not great.
I'm not down with that.
Nope.
I'm not down with that. I'd rather someone that's gonna play.
Hey, don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Don't look at him.
Don't look at Joe Milton. The third.
Oh, your guy Joe Milton. So edge. What about edge? Because we did, as you saw in Boots' interview with Tony Tolbert, we did lose a bunch of depth pieces on the defensive line.
He's progressed every single year. This is so far so good.
Jalen Green, his pass rush grade's amazing. Run defense grade not terrible. He's got a bunch of blues. Snaps by alignment outside the tackle a lot.
Okay.
Played a little bit of linebacker, but not much.
Size and draft buzz me.
6'1", 245. So he's very small.
Okay, he's sturdy.
So Green comes in compact build that limits where you can play him as an edge rusher, but he's a feisty player who consistently plays with good natural leverage. You don't want to make a living betting on size outliers, but pending recovery from knee surgery, he could be a good depth player. So he's also coming off a knee surgery.
Oh.
But you're not deep in the draft. Like you're deep in the draft, right? So you can't really.
Yeah, he's also an edge guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what he's going to play over Micah.
No, but he could spell out. Sam Williams.
No.
And I don't like his.
No, a lot of red. Not a lot of reds.
A lot of red. We're out. We're out
Sorry,
on
Jalen.
Jalen Green. We're out on.
Run away.
We're out on Jalen Green.
I don't know. Keep going down. Let's see.
Like, I mean, is he going to outplay D-Law?
Probably not, but I don't think many guys that we're going to draft right now are going to outplay anyone. We're looking for that Duran not so bland type pick here, where you expect him to be a depth piece, but ends up being an absolute stud. So going on measurables here is huge in my mind, and everyone we've looked at so far, it doesn't have great measurables. Jalen Green didn't have great measurables. Gabe Hall didn't have great measurables. I mean, James Williams, I said I probably wouldn't take a safety, but it doesn't hurt to take a little peek. 6'5", 215 at safety. I got to take a draft buzz at this guy, James Williams. That if he's fast, if he has good combine stuff, I might be welcoming him to the team. 231, they have him here. Oh man. Wow. So not terrible. 40, not great. Yeah, not much there. So guys, we need to figure it out. What position do you want?
Stephen White says Jeff Coat, edge. He's a bloodline.
Yeah, he's not even on our.
So we might be able to get him later on.
Yeah.
Frank Gore Jr. If you're looking at bloodline.
I want a position like bloodline picks great and all, but we need depth here, fellas. And we got our set. We used a second round pick on a halfback. So halfback in my mind's off the board.
Okay, so bring up defensive edge and defensive interior, or defensive interior, and edge.
We looked at all three of these guys. Yeah. I need somebody to make a decision here, fellas. You guys are in the big room here. What do we want?
How big is Cedric Johnson again?
Cedric Johnson. Where was he at? Right down here, edge. I mean, they're saying that he's a 220. Like we could probably get him next pick, 6'3", 265. I'm about to just BPA. Well, because we're not making a decision here. We're gonna just end up
Dallas
going
Cowboys.
BPA.
Chris says trade. No one's gonna trade us in the 200s.
Well, and I mean, realistic. You know, like Gabe.
You know what? In real actual drafts, there's a lot of trades that go down in these rounds for
Okay, I have an idea.
7th rounders and stuff. You never know. It happens all the time.
Maybe we just pick up a pick. Detroit Lions 249. That's way too far back. It's way too far back. I'm just Hey guys, I'm picking Gabe Hall. That's who we're taking. BPA at a position of need.
Who was the guy that we were looking at that was blue that was increasing?
It was Jalen Green. But he was.
Yeah.
You guys want Jalen Green then?
I think Jalen Green.
Madison?
I think Jalen Green over Gabe Hall, but like Gabe.
Yeah, it takes someone who's progressing over someone that's peaked.
Yeah, Gabe Hall was like up and then down.
But Boots also made the argument that Jalen Green's not going to play over D-Law. He's not going to play over Sam Williams. He's not going to play over Micah Parsons. Gabe Hall could be better than Mozzie Smith. You know what I mean?
Oof.
So Gabe Hall has a higher ceiling than a Jalen Green.
So we have a BPA guy available that's also a
position of need.
Position of need, yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer.
Boys, Joe Milton the third.
Gabe Hall, welcome to the team.
Okay.
Gabe Hall pass. I love it.
Not our favorite. You better get a fucking A in our draft grade.
Me and Cedric Johnson off the board. Jalen Simpson.
Joe's still there. Fuck you, Joe.
Okay,
are we going quarterback on this one, guys?
I mean, I don't hate Joe Milton the third here. It's another BPA pick. We're in the 6th round. I don't hate taking Joe Milton here. Really, I don't.
I would have pushed for him in the last one if I didn't see what Chris said. So I'm fine taking Joe Milton.
Do we just take him?
Take him.
Welcome to the team.
Sorry, Chris.
We essentially just did a BPA draft.
JM the third. This is for you. Crack him if you got him.
Crack him if you got him. And then we're down to our last pick. This has to be just essentially, guys, I'm going to argue either Jalen Sundell or Solomon Byrd here.
Wait, is that a kicker?
No, Cam Little and Willie Richard are. But we'll check out Jalen Sundell. I think, again, this is a depth piece here.
Oh, I like that. He's progressing.
He's progressed. He has good pass block grade.
WayJ's saying wide receiver, but...
Yeah, wide receiver. I don't mind seeing wide receiver here. Let's check it out. See if any wide receivers pop off the board at us here. So we didn't take one.
We have not.
Wide receiver here.
Okay, any fast boys?
In my mind, it's down to Jalen Sundell, North Dakota State tackle, or Cam Little. Or sorry, Solomon Byrd.
How big Solomon Byrd?
That guy is
Hey, he had a
6'3", 250.
great last season.
From USC Trojans.
He had a
Bird
great
is the word, guys.
Bird is the word.
Bird.
It's a position
Okay,
of need.
he's from Palmdale. Okay, I can go with that.
Oh, Palm.
Palmdale.
Give me a Dale. What do we sell?
Come back to
yeah.
me.
I think we're taking the Palmdale guy.
I need you and you love me, baby.
Strictly
He
Solomon.
he did 3 years in Wyoming and then 1 year at USC.
Let's check him out.
15 tackles, 14 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 pass breakups, 1 quarterback hurry while playing 37 games.
You know,
I like his
Bird's-
look.
You know, Bird's from Palmdale.
Look,
Look at that hair, bro.
Bird is the word. Bird is the word.
Bird is. You guys ever watch that Family Guy?
Bird is the word. Bird is the
imagine?
word.
Oh, that'd be great.
Not
What a
only
great
not
soundbite.
only is he from a great place in Palmdale, which has a great song. He has the bird soundbite, and he's from right around Boots. So let's get him. Let's welcome him to the team.
Can you imagine being at AT&T and this guy like makes a tackle and they play Peter Griffin up
Oh
there? on
yeah,
the screen,
bird is the word. All
Bird is
right,
the word.
guys, what do we think?
Have you heard?
Have you heard? Bird is a word.
Have you heard? Bird is the word.
Stay in your seat, fellas. Here we go.
Okay.
Let's see what we got. I'm going to just download the image so it's here. Let's go through our picks one by one to see how we grade it out. So our first pick in the 2024 CanFan final mock draft.
Final mock, baby.
Graham Barton.
A.
Tackle out of Duke. A. I would be extremely happy with this pick. If Graham Barton is there at 24, I am more than happy with the Dallas Cowboys getting him. I'm also fine. There was a couple other dudes there. J.C. Latham was there. Also, JPJ was there. I'm okay with those also.
Mm-hmm.
Next, our second round pick.
Jonathan Brooks, A.
Jonathan Brooks, who was actually a BPA pick. He was the top of the board. We had a little bit of conflict in chat. Chat was saying he's a little injury prone, and other people were telling us he is the next Reggie Bush if healthy. Then we got a little crazy here, fellas.
We did a trade.
We traded our round 2 60th, or no, we traded our round 3 pick 87 and our round 3 of 2025 to move back into the second round, pick 60, to select Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker out of Texas A&M, only matching a B+, but I like it. He's starting right off the bat.
We talked about we wanted to draft. I mean, outside of a bunch of BPAs and randos that we drafted the people. We did draft people that we wanted.
We did, yeah.
We wanted Edgerrin.
I've seen Cooper get a lot of first round grades as well, so I'm okay with that.
Could be a steal. Could end up being a steal. Then we went a long way till our next pick, all the way at round 5, pick 174.
Oh, Bo Limmer with
we
the
took
fucking
Bo
A-.
Limmer, center out of Arkansas, A-. I think that's a great pick. He could be battling. He could be a starter too.
A-.
He could end up beating out Hoffman and start, or he has, like Boots had saw, potential to play right guard if he needed to fill in for Zach Martin, or play left guard if he had to fill in for Tyler Smith if one of the guys is injured.
And immediate CanFan folklore where Jerry Jones had too much batter in the clone zone and it popped them out. He's like, fucking make him a center.
Too much batter. We got our clone zone.
Bo Limmer a center.
Then we got a BPA pick, Gabe Hall, defensive interior, but it was also a position of need. Not only was he the top on the charts for BPA, but he was also a need. We actually looked at defensive interior earlier in the draft and didn't see anyone we liked. So I think this is a great pick, even though we don't know too much about Gabe Hall.
From Baylor.
A- though for him.
A-.
Then we got Joe, I can throw the ball really far. Milton out of Tennessee, which we picked up in round 7, pick 233, B+.
Guess what? And if we took him there, I'd be happy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it.
Even though Chris told me not to,
we did it.
Still happy.
So who's leaving the team as far as quarterback? Because there's no way we're going to carry 4 QBs.
He could be a practice squad.
Huh? Yeah.
You could keep him on the old practice squad for a little bit and see how he ends up.
We didn't do any trade Trey Lance in the draft
because it's probably not going to happen.
But that would have been the thing that we could have done.
Like trade Trey Lance.
If we were targeting,
you also want it to be realistic.
Yeah.
Right. Like you also want to watch. He's gonna because I said that Trey Lance is gonna get traded.
Oh yeah, Trey Lance is going day 1. We're moving up. We're gonna move up 3 spots to pick up fucking JPJ.
Okay, Solomon Bird, edge, our only pick
C+.
that was not an A or a B, and it was a C+.
We're gonna get. What do we think we're gonna get? I think we're gonna get an A-.
I think A- is a safe
What are these
bet.
awards that we got here?
Awards earned. A-, baby. Draft rank top 38% of the Dallas Cowboys draft. CanFan's final mock draft, a solid A-. It's a little with a bit of taint without having our own personal mock J around for it. But I feel like we did a pretty solid draft there, fellas.
Yeah, and you know,
AJ asked for a wide receiver, and we didn't get him one.
We didn't. We should have had the one AJ Trump's all pick in chat. He could have said any player, and we would have had to take it.
That's true.
Just to have him in person a little bit here.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, AJ probably has he goes solid draft. WayJ says solid draft.
Okay.
AJ, what one player would you have not wanted us to have drafted on that list there?
He's going to say Milton.
Hey, everybody's saying Milton.
I'm going to say Solomon Bird. Bird is the word. Bird is the word. Well, guys, that was our final CanFan mock draft. Boots on the ground. We appreciate you joining us. Before we get out of here, where can people find you on social media, buddy?
At @BotG_Eric on TikTok, on Instagram, both. And then obviously here on Cowboys CanFan whenever you guys have me on.
You're going to be around for the draft extravaganza. You are having a sweet party at your place. You were saying we can't wait to catch up with you live during the draft. We are also going to be here Wednesday night for the main event. And I imagine we're going to end up doing, because AJ will be back in studio. Wednesday night. He will be back. And I can't imagine us not actually doing another mock draft.
No,
it's gonna happen.
We'll do another
one. The final.
It's gonna be the final countdown. But all right, for the CanFan boys, we are gonna be out. We will see you guys Wednesday night on the main event. And don't forget, if you got one of them, crack them if you got them, son. We love you, Boots.
Love you guys too.
Boosh. Boosh.